So welcome, Gareth.
Thank you. Hello.
Gareth has kindly consented to be my next victim on this channel.
Indeed.
Have a lesson. Gareth, when did we start working together?
Oh, grief.
It's got to be a couple
Year
of
and
years ago.
yeah, maybe two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, with the training, initial.
So Gareth was my body
Flesh dummy.
on my training course.
Oh,
Yes, and I know you of old anyway.
yes.
So today we've got a mixed bag, obviously as a normal lesson, so let's check you over and see what your balance is like and everything.
Good luck with that.
And so this time, you normally wear glasses, don't you? You've got varifocals.
I do, yeah.
And last time we made a breakthrough because we realised that in order to see through the hot spot of the varifocals, you're actually pulling your head back.
Yep.
And glasses kind of have you in a grip, don't they?
Yeah.
Particularly, but
Yeah.
it's
Absolutely. Yeah.
So a lot of teachers say don't work with, if you wear glasses, you take them off for a lesson.
Okay. Yeah. Which is what we're doing today.
Which is something I will adopt henceforth.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm seriously considering getting two pairs, so I don't need varifocals.
Yeah.
Having had that breakthrough where it's clearly an issue.
The other thing is getting in the right position when you are fitted for them, when they find out what your sweet spot is. So
That's a good point.
but that's okay. Let's see if this makes a difference. So the usual, we've arrived in the chair and I'm going to invite gravity to kind of just do the work and feel the chair under your sitting bones, which are the bony bits, and under your pelvis.
Yep.
It's the bottom of the pelvis. And then from there, if that's engaging with the chair, you've got gravity that you can then bounce up from. So if you're fully embracing the laws of gravity, like a bouncy ball, you go down, then you come up. And already with that, there's some movement there. So I'm able to rock you slightly. Let's see what these hands are doing. So arms being one of the busiest parts of anybody because they're the doing things, aren't they? So you just let your arm drop.
No.
They're always attached, they're not going to fall off, hopefully.
Goodness for that.
Hopefully. So you can point your fingers actively towards the ground to kind of counteract the doing, and then just turn this. Imagine a beam of light coming out of your palm. You turn that beam of light towards the front, and then you'll get this automatic flexion. So I should be able to take your arm and just put it gently there, which is a position that you wouldn't normally use.
That is very true, unless I had a very heavy package
Yes.
of a box nature.
Mr. Alexander used to say, don't do it when you've got the vicar around for tea.
I was going to say, don't do it in company. I go, what? Yeah. What are you doing?
Like a cult member or something. Like that. I said cult member.
Not wrong with that.
So again, turning that beam of light so that I should be able to take your arm as if there's nothing in the way.
If I'm a marionette.
Very good, very good.
Thank you.
Because you can think that you are letting your arms go. Quite often we're not.
Yeah. You hold them in attention all the time.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Yep.
And we've got this mobility in the chair. Good. And then you're coming up from the seat bones. So in a minute, you're going to stand up, as you probably realised, but your job is to say, no, not right now, because you want to counteract the habitual way of standing up, which is always present, no matter how many lessons you've had, you've always got this slight urge to just...
True, I regress.
leap out of the chair.
Yeah, head going back.
Willy-nilly.
Yeah.
So you go, so this is the point of inhibition when you go, no, hang on a sec, I'm just going to direct, so head is free, neck is free.
Even though standing up from a sitting position is a conscious thing, half of it's unconscious.
Yeah.
Because you do all this sort of nonsense, and pushing it into the chair and silliness.
My mic disappeared down the end and I have to edit that bit. Yes, so you inhibit all that conscious, all the unconscious stuff, like you say. So you're going to follow your head forward and up.
Yeah.
So you get out of the chair and just tip you over. Whoop, not too bad. And once you arrive here, you're going to fight that urge to stand up straight.
Yeah. I'm trying that right now.
So again, standing still is a movement in itself. That you know, there's always a potential to walk or to turn or to twist or to sit down again.
Yep.
So you arrive, but you can counteract that by just saying, okay, gravity's there. Come onto your heels a little bit. So we have a tendency to stand on our toes. There you go.
Yeah.
And that your hips have a potential to go back and your knees have a potential to go forwards and knees forward and away from each other. And at the same time, neck free, head forward and up. And if you wanted to sit down, you send your hips back and your knees forward. Your head is not coming back.
No.
Good.
Not going to do it.
Land. Brilliant. So the reason we talk about the head not coming back is because if you pull your head back when you sit down, you've got a shortening of these muscles
absolutely.
going on.
Yeah.
And
I do it almost every time.
Yes.
Even though I know I shouldn't.
Yes.
I catch myself doing it and stop myself sitting and start again.
Oh, right. Okay. So there's a lot of this going on, is there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the reverse. If I'm standing up, I do say to myself, "Oh, I'm not quite ready because I don't feel angled properly, and I don't want to push on the arms of the sofa or the chair. So I will get part way up and go back down.
Yes. Yeah.
And then think, no, just don't do that.
Yes.
Because it's so. That's it. That.
Yeah. And the thing about that is the eyes, isn't it? So you think, oh, we must be good and keep our eyes going forwards. In which case, your head will pull back. So
like there's some guy in a Stetson with a 6-shooter, and I've got to keep looking at him because he might just shoot me without me looking. So if I keep looking, you do lock your eyes.
The martial arts thing, never take your eye off your enemy.
Yeah, certainly. That you would never bow and look at the floor. It's always
because you get your head knocked off.
Yeah, exactly.
So it allows us to keep lengthened from top to bottom, and then it's a matter of tipping your weight over.
Yep.
Over your feet.
So you're thinking of not a straight spine, obviously, because you've got natural curves, but head to coccyx. You're thinking of the whole.
Well, head to sitting bones, yes.
Oh, even further down, right?
Coccyx. So
right down to your the bottom of your pelvis.
Your bony bum bit.
Yeah.
Your bum bones.
Yeah. So you're trying to imagine it as rigid, or
so it's
just one piece.
Just one piece. So it's not solid and it's not fixed, but it's not. It's not pulling forwards. It's not pulling. The more you let your head free. Your spine lengthens, your back widens, all those muscles are not then constricting and pulling down, pulling you out of shape.
Yes, yeah.
Twisting slightly and that's what causes all those horrible aches and pains. It's because your muscles are just pulling everything down, trapping nerves and God knows what. So this freedom, and you just then use gravity. So it is just one piece. And the piece is, I was just explaining earlier, the piece is separate from your legs. So then the knees coming forward and away out of that, so that the legs, if you pulled your kneecaps into your pelvis, then you would get a shortening. This would all bunch together. This would start pulling this muscle going around your, back of your bum, your glutes. So your knees are forward and away out of that. So
you're kind of hinging from quite low down.
Yeah.
Instead of using all this upper effort to stand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Do you need quite a strong core to be doing that, or anyone can?
I'm always reluctant to talk about the core because.
Okay.
It's true that you can have weak core muscles. I guess that's a Pilates term, isn't it, or a physio term?
Yeah, soft in the middle.
Yeah, but the danger is that if you're pulled down like this, actually your core is too strong. People think of the core as the abdominal muscles. If you're to contract the abdominals, actually pulling yourself down.
Yes, you take that
like
shape as your head. Yeah, as you're doing.
Lengthen, people think of lengthening as relaxing. It's not quite. It's just allowing them at their full
It's giving them the
length,
room.
and you've got space then up the front, which counteracts that pulling down.
Yeah, all of this.
Likewise, if these muscles are too tight, they'll pull you down at the back, and then you'll end up.
So it's a balance between that position and the reverse of it.
And that and this.
Yeah.
All the bends in between. You can overly curve your top, kyphosis, or overly curve the bottom like a lordosis.
Yes,
these are terms that the doctor might tell you and sound scary.
Almost as if you have a fist in your lower back and it pushes you. Yeah.
So that's why we talk about the back. Someone just asked me, what does the back mean? It means that this area can just let go, particularly with your habit, which is a backwards leaning, contracted habit at the back. You can just let that whole go, all that go, and it's these long erector muscles at the back just do their thing. And muscles work most effectively when they're allowed to be at their longest. There you go. So you've got freedom in the hips. So I can move you. And the purpose of going to an Alexander teacher is that their hands are supposed to supply the support. Say, I've got you here. I'm going to focus your attention here. So that this bit can expand, and the back widening is widening everywhere, front to back, sideways, diagonally. That's nice. So then to come up onto your feet will be in a bit so we can get over them.
Yep.
And you just follow your head forward and up. And that is, my hand suggests that you didn't pull your head back very much at all. So then think about the gravity.
It's a good thing.
Yes.
And more onto the heel than the toe.
Heels, because it should be equal behind the big toe, behind the little toe, and on the heel like a tripod. So that your hips can be free and your knees can be free. So then you've got stability. So if you're on your toes, I could probably just push you and topple.
I'm consciously aware that I've got more heel pressure than I did before.
Yes, and therefore it means that there's a centre of gravity that comes right down the middle.
Feel that.
Yeah. So then you just feel that. If you should just let your your hips go back, and just go forward, you just fold nicely. Good. Because in all of this there is a position of mechanical advantage, which is the one that you adopt all the way. So like this, even though so it's to stop your knees locking backwards and your hips locking forwards. So hips free, knees free. If you carry that on, you start with this kind of monkeyish position of mechanical advantage. This is sending backwards, lengthening from the top to the bottom. And you'll stay straight. You don't start with the chair-seeking bum.
Yes.
It will just go straight down, straight down. There will be a chair there. And then you meet the chair. If the chair wasn't there, you should really go all the way down. And then you end up, that's the ultimate resolution. So at all points during this up-down position of mechanical advantage, you've got straight, 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 and then it's solid. It's both sides of the same.
So you're using your body's natural counterbalance of straight limbs and from a sort of side view of a spine, from a back view of your spine, a straight spine.
Yes.
From the side, it's an S, obviously double S.
Yes, that's right.
But you're thinking of not a strained, but a natural balanced position of a straight back, and your thighs are straight and knees are straight.
Yeah, and you'll start to notice then so it's about bringing your attention to different parts. You start to notice, oh, actually that's a bit shortened, I could let that go. Or that's a bit shortened, I could let that go. And you let all
so this is the checking in that you've mentioned before. You're not actually going and doing any sort of contortion. You're just, am I in a good position with my hips? Or could I be in a better one?
Or are your hips tightening? Or are your kneecaps pulling in? And if you think they are. So there is no right position, but there is undue muscular tension, and that's what we seek to lose.
Yeah.
Why would you make more effort than you need?
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
So then, first again, so your arms are free.
Just relax it.
So they're widening to the upper parts of the arms, which is under the armpits. And again, you've got muscles crossing from the back to the front, and from the front to the back. And that's a really good spot for tightening. And this is like a practical meditation that you can do. Just checking in with your head, neck, back, spine, knees. So is the neck free?
I think it is.
And the neck
you might tell me otherwise.
This whole bit here, so right from front back, the whole contraption, in such a way that your head can go forward and up, which is not back and it's not forward. So it's balanced on the top of your spine. In such a way that your spine will lengthen, so that you've taken the pressure off, your spine can come out to its fullest length, the muscles can let go, and the back can widen all around, and the knees can then go forward and away from there. And this kind of bearing in mind, then when you take this into action, like doing anything, working at a desk or driving or playing the saxophone or doing your physio exercises, which I would never say that you can't do, but we've Alexandered them, haven't we?
Yes.
So then you can start looking for any parts where this is pulled in or that's overextending, or and look for that extra tension, because then you're giving the muscles a chance to work to their fullest length and their fullest ability.